The government of Nepal has declared a state of emergency after a 7.9 magnitude earthquake struck the country and killed hundreds of people, and touched off a deadly avalanche on Mount Everest. Police said that at least 1,341 people were killed on Saturday in the powerful quake that shook 80 kilometers east of Pokhara, about halfway between the town and the capital Kathmandu. Of the total, 634 were reported dead in the Kathmandu Valley and at least 300 more in the capital, a police spokesman told Reuters news agency. A further 36 fatalities were reported in northern India, 12 in Tibet and 4 in Bangladesh. Photos posted on Twitter showed buildings left in rubble, large cracks along roads and worried residents on the streets. The earthquake destroyed many historical landmarks, including the UNESCO World Heritage temples at Basantapur Durbar Square and the Dharara Tower, both in central Kathmandu. It has been reported that around 250 people may have been in the Dharara Tower when it collapsed. At least 50 people are believed to be trapped under an ancient tower in Kathmandu which collapsed in the quake. Emergency workers and army and police personnel, with the help of residents and bystanders, continued to work tirelessly early Saturday afternoon to clear the rubble from these sites and to rescue any survivors from under the debris, although most of the bodies that are being pulled out are lifeless. As night falls in the country, thousands of people are staying outdoors and have found refuge in Kathmandu's open spaces, in fear that subsequent aftershocks may cause further damage. The epicenter was 80 kilometers northwest of Kathmandu. The Kathmandu Valley is densely populated with nearly 2.5 million and poorly enforced building regulations. The Associated Press news agency cited a senior guide as saying that an avalanche swept a mountain near the Everest base camp. Al Jazeera has learned that at least 10 people were killed in the incident, which also left many climbers trapped. Al Jazeera's Subina Shrestha, reporting from Kathmandu, confirmed the reports of damage to buildings there. Some ancient temples were also reportedly damaged. As night fell in the country, tens of thousands of people have camped out, fearful of going back to their homes in case of another earthquake. Already, more than 24 aftershocks had followed the quake. The U.S. Geological Survey said the quake hit at 11:56 a.m. local time, 6:11 GMT. It initially reported a magnitude 7.7 before revising the calculation to 7.5 and later upgraded to 7.9. The USGS and its ally reported the epicenter to be 11 kilometers deep but later revised it to 2 kilometers. Tremors were felt in a number of India's northern cities, witnesses said. Al Jazeera's reporters in New Delhi said the tremors were also felt across the Indian capital. Al Jazeera's Faiz Jamil said that the first tremor in New Delhi lasted for 20 seconds and a second one followed shortly after. Indian officials told the Associated Press news agency that at least 34 people were killed in the Bihar state and Uttar Pradesh state. Al Jazeera's Mar Sattar in Dhaka, Bangladesh, reported that at least 3 people were killed there, including one who was killed following stampede triggered by the quake. Laxman Singh Rathore, Director General of the Indian Meteorological Department, said that the impact had been felt across large swathes of northern India. The intensity was felt in entire North India. More intense shocks were felt in eastern Uttar Pradesh, and Bihar, equally strong in sub-Himalayan West Bengal, Sikkim, he said.